Hey everyone, I'm Rachel Greig and I'm here at the Darkroom Door booth at Creativation 2020, and I'm just going to show you a little demo on using the Dina Wakley gloss sprays with our new stamp set. So I've got our 4 new stamp sets and I'm going to create a card using all of these stamp sets on the one card. So I'm going to start by spraying onto some specialty stamping paper using the gloss sprays. Now you do need to shake them up before you spray. I had that one already shaken up, and I'm only doing a small spray because I don't want to cover the whole lot. I actually still want some white to be showing in the background. And I'll just give this a little, just move that away a little bit, and spraying a little bit there. And the good thing is you can get all sorts of drips depending on how you spray the spray. And I'm just tapping off any excess because I still want to have a fairly light background so I can stamp over the top. And the good thing about the sprays is it gives you a really nice sheen, like a finish, like it's glossy, but it just has that really nice sheen to it. So I just still want to I might just add a little bit more to this background. I still want to have a little bit of white through, but I still love the vivid colour of these gloss sprays. So I'm just going to spray that there, and you can see here how I've got some really nice drips going on there. I'm just going to pat some of that off. Okay, just so while that's drying, now you can see here how I've done a darker version here in the background because I've sprayed it a couple of times, and I only just did a light spray on the Postmarks. So I've just pre-stamped some of these Postmarks. That's from the Global Postmark stamp set, and I'm just going to use those to layer up on my card. So I'll just wipe off some of this excess here. Okay, so let's grab a stamp. Now I'm using some flowers here from the Warm Wishes. So these are some really nice photorealistic stamps. These are created from photographs that I've taken of these flowers, and they've got some really nice detail in them. So to keep that detail, I want to stamp up with some archival jet black ink. So I'm just going to tap that onto the flower. And now my background, you can see here how it's still a little bit like curved, the paper. That's because it's just got a lot of moisture there in the paper from that gloss spray. So I don't have a heat gun with me, but you could actually heat gun that. But if I touch that, that's dry anyway already. So it dries fairly quickly, but the paper still is just a little bit buggled. But see, now if I press that down, that's nice and flat, ready for me to stamp onto. So I'll just press down here and stamp our little flower, and it stamps really nicely onto the gloss sprays. You need to peel that off and see how that has got all that detail in that flower, and it looks amazing on that gloss spray background. And you can also do one on a oxide, like this is Distress Oxide sprays. So it also looks nicely on those backgrounds as well. So what I want to do now is I want to actually build up this background. So I'll just put my flower back here. Now all of our stamps come in a storage case like this one. That's a DVD size storage case. So it makes it easy for you to store your stamps and you won't lose any of them. So now I just want to use some of the numbers, the number Medley stamp set, to build up our background. So I'm just choosing some of the lighter, like the collage-y type. So in this set here, we've got some bold number designs, and then we've got some lighter designs, and these are really great for building up your background. So I'm just going to stamp here onto the card. And you can probably hear when I lift off that ink pad or the stamp, you can hear that little suction, and that's because of that gloss spray, and that just means that the stamp has really touched that cardstock really nicely. Okay, so I'm just starting to build up that background. I'm going to get some of the more bolder numbered designs here, and let's add one of these down the bottom. Just stamp that up. And And then we'll stamp this down here. So you can mix and match as much as you like onto your card. Building that up. We've got some little quirky, this is like a little equation stamp. That's fun. So if there's any people who love working with numbers, all of this stamp set is really fun to use for them. So I'm just going to add little bits and pieces around. So it just adds that nice little interest here into your card. And then this stamp here, this has got like a little number 1 to 9, which also works quite well. Move that block away, out of the way. Just add a bit more there to it as well. So you can see here that just builds up your background really nicely with those number Medley stamps. So what we want to do now is with my postmarks, which are all dry, I want to use those to layer up with. And the round postmarks are actually sized to fit a circle punch. So this is a 1-inch circle punch, and these are the smaller postmarks on that stamp set. So I'm just using the circle punch here to punch out these postmarks. So the 1-inch on this one will just give you a little border around that postmark. If you wanted to go straight onto the edge of that postmark, then you could use a 3/4 of an inch circle punch, and that'll just make it go right to that edge. I don't mind a little bit of a border, so that's why I like using 1-inch. And for the larger circles, the larger postmarks on that set, on this set here, those ones there, so you'll use a 1 1/4 inch circle punch for those postmarks there as well. So I would then use these to add a little bit of interest here on your card. So just with a bit of foam tape, you can just layer those up. And then all you need now is a little sentiment. So I just want to add a little label. Now I've pre-stamped this. This is using the Lots of Labels stamp set, and you can see here how there's lots of labels, and there's lots like big ones if you want to do titles or book covers or for art journals or anything like that. And then we've got the smaller ones here, and these ones fit in some smaller sentiments, or you can use numbers or anything else you like inside. The circle ones as well also fit circle punches, or if you've got circle dies you can use those as well. So I've just used the little one just here, and I want to put a sentiment inside of it. So I'm going to use the warm wishes, as a lot of these sentiments will fit inside those labels. So actually I think I've got this one out already. So we'll just put this on the block and get our ink pad, and we'll ink this up. And you just need to press really gently with these sentiments because they're a nice little fine font. A fine script. You don't need to press terribly hard when you're stamping with these sentiments. So lift that off, then I'll just turn that around and show you. So there's our little sentiment that you can layer up and put onto your card. So if I then mat this, I don't have some foam adhesive, so I can't mount that up for you right now, but you can see here once you put that onto some black matting, and then we'll put that onto a white card base, and that shows you then how those blacks really do pop from your card. So you can see there how I've used all 4 stamp sets on the one card to create a really nice design. So I hope this has given you a really good idea. If you'd like to see more ideas, feel free to visit our website at darkroomdoor.com to see more ideas and ways how you can use these rubber stamps. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later.